Hi, I'm Niall. In this video, I want to talk to you about Pythagoras Theorem. So Pythagoras Theorem related the sides of triangles to one another. So it was in a right angle triangle, square on the hypotenuse is equal to the sum of the squares on the other two sides. Okay, so this side is called our hypotenuse. Okay. And then we typically call that C, side C, and then we call these other sides A and B. So what he said was the square on the hypotenuse, so the square of C, which is C squared, is equal to the sum of the squares of the other two sides. That's going to be B squared and A squared. So what he said in terms of maths is C squared equals A squared plus B squared. So what about the practical use of this? Okay, so if we have a triangle that is 3 units tall and 4 units at the base, well, our question is, what is this side? Okay, so the first thing to do with every triangle you encounter, okay, every right angle triangle, is to check where is the right angle, okay, and then the hypotenuse, okay, is always across from the right angle, okay, and then we're going to call that C. Now we can label our other two sides, A and B, and our formula was C squared is equal to A squared plus B squared. So in this case, our C is unknown, okay, but our A is equal to 4 and our B equal to 3. So now we can say that C squared equals 4 squared plus 3 squared, okay? So that is 16 plus 9, which is 25. So C squared is equal to 25. Now, it's very important to remember that that's C squared, okay? So what is C equal to? Because that's what we're interested in, okay? Well, C is equal to the square root of 25, and that is 5. So we can say, in this case, in our triangle, C equals 5. Slightly taller examples, a triangle, okay? Let's have a triangle of height 12, base 5. And the question now is, how long is this side of the triangle? But straight away, you recognize that this side is opposite the right angle. So this is the hypotenuse, as we said. We always call the hypotenuse C, okay? Our base, we typically label E, and our other side, we typically label B, okay? So our formula C squared is equal to A squared plus B squared. Our A in this 5, our B in this case is 12. So now we can say that C squared is equal to 5 squared plus 12 squared, okay? And that is the same as 25 plus 144. When we sum them together, we get 169. So that's our C squared, okay? Just remember the square part here, okay? We want to know what C is, okay? Here. So our C is equal to the square root of 169. And if you put that into your calculator, you'll see the square root of 169 is 13. So our side of our triangle here is 13. Let's look at another example. Let's look at a triangle here of height 7, base 5. Okay, and then our question is, how long is this side? So once again, our right angle, this has to be the hypotenuse. We label that C. We label the base A, and we label this. Okay, so formula, C squared is equal to A squared plus B squared. What is A? 5. What is B? B is equal to 7. So now we can say that C squared is equal to 5 squared plus 7 squared. So that is 25 plus 49. Just push this up a little bit here. And that is, of course, equal to 74. So C squared is equal to 74. So our C is equal to the square root of 74. And that's perfect. That is our answer. And our answer here is root 74. All right. So I have 2 more examples. I'm just going to push one over here. And I'm going to say mix things up now a little bit, and this actually goes back to our original triangle here, but I'm just going to label it slightly different. Okay, so we're going to say that this side is of length 5, and this side is of length 4, and we don't know what side what length side is. Okay, so how are we going to do that? Well, once again, our right angle here, okay, this is our hypotenuse 5, and this we label that C, and this is our side A, and this is our side B. Okay, what's the formula? C squared is equal to A squared plus B squared. So in this case, A is equal to 4, B is equal to, well, we're not sure, and C is equal to 5. So now we can say that 5 squared is equal to 4 squared plus, and we just call it B squared for the time being. Okay, so now we have 25 is equal to 16 plus B squared. Now this is algebra. We'll take 16 from both sides and we say 25 minus 16 is equal to 16 minus 16 squared. So now we can say B squared is equal to 25 minus 16 is 9. Always remembering that this is the squared part. So B is equal to square root of 9, which is 3. So in this case here, in our triangle here, this side here is 3. Okay? And just finish off now with one more example. Just get some paper here ready. And we have a triangle like this. So we have 6 here. We have okay. So what do we know? Well, we know that this is our right angle, okay? And this over here has to be hypotenuse, and we label that C. And we label this side A and this side B, okay? Formula hasn't changed. It's C squared is equal to A squared plus B squared. What do we know? Well, we know that C is equal to 8. We know that A is equal to, well, we don't know what A is equal to. So we just call that a question mark. And we know that B is equal to 6. Okay, so now we can say that 8 squared is equal to, well, we'll just call it A squared time being plus 6 squared. So that means that 64 is equal to A plus B squared. 6 squared, sorry, 64 plus 36, okay. 64 minus 36 is 28. So now we can say that A squared. So that's the squared part. We don't forget that. So now A is equal to the square root of 28. And we can tidy this up a little bit. We can say that A is equal to the square root of 4 times 7. 4 sevens are 28. And then the square root of 4 is 2. Like this. 7. So A is actually equal to 2 times the root of 7. Okay? And we go back up here, and now A is 2 root 7. And that's the length of the base of this triangle. Click the link in the comments for a short worksheet with solutions. Like this video and subscribe to my channel. Connect with me on Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, and Facebook. See you the next time.